I think we're all set. Hi guys, and welcome to another video. We are doing the last, I think there might be one more. I haven't actually 100% checked, but I think this is the last side quest for part 1 of Winds of Change, and then we can finally move on. You guys have been waiting for ages, like we had that break, and then we had the April Fool's stuff, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, but we will get onto part 2 soon enough, and that will open up with like the website page back up there and all kinds of good stuff like that. So bear with me, this is probably the last one. It's called When Kappa Attack. This is the follow-up quest to Light My Fire. Although really the plot isn't that similar at all, it just mentions the previous quest. So he says, first Drakes and now Kappa, says Lei Jeng. He says, I've got a new report of some violent Kappa appearing in the sewers of the Undercity. I'm not exactly sure what's causing it. They have been attacking some of the citizens that live down there. The Ministry of Purity has volunteered to lend us one of their elites for this job, so you should go and meet Oruku in the Undercity before you start. Something cool here, this mentions, and it doesn't really happen that much, but this does show the Ministry of Purity working with the guards of Kaineng, the actual people that were established as the people keeping the peace, if you will, although they weren't doing a very good job way back in factions. So that's kind of cool. You don't see that very much. I would come with you, he says, on this job, but there's still a mountain of paperwork to deal with regarding the Drakes. Give Uruku my regards. You might recognise that name, Uruku. That's because this quest is in reference to something, and I won't spoil it till we reach the end, but some of you will probably know straight away. But anyway, so, yeah, we get our reward, 1,500 gold, blah, blah, blah. It seems like you've got a lot to deal with. I'll go in your place, or if it's so important, why aren't you going into the sewers? So, I say that the plot isn't really related to the previous one where we were with the Drakes. Should we go from the local quarter? I don't think you're supposed to go from the local quarter from this one. I think you are supposed to go from Napoli, so I'm going to go from there. I say that it's not really related, but it's kind of the mirror in a lot of ways of the quest we already did. So before we were on Zhangquang Skyway, or Zaquang Skyway, I still can't say that right. And this one is now in the Undercity below that. The previous one was to do with the Jade Brotherhoods. And yeah, I think you see where it's going. I'm going to cut it. I'll see you guys in a sec. Oh no, what am I talking about? The last one was to do with both the MFAT and the Jade Brotherhood. Shit. Oh well. Alright, brilliant. The Undercity. So here we are once again. I think this is the... should I go out on a limb and say this? I think this is the last quest in the Undercity for Winds of Change. I might be forgetting something, but it might be. Which might mean that this is the last time we see the Undercity until like Guild Wars Beyond Part 7, in which we return to Cantha and... I don't know what the hell will be going on then. Anyway, Uruku's here. He says, you are the ones the Imperial Guard sent? Typical. They couldn't even send one of their own for this job. And we say he wanted to come, but he had other matters to attend to. He requested that we offer you his regards. Ha! More than likely, he simply didn't want to get his armor dirty. This is why the Imperial Guard is so looked down on. But the Ministry of Purity is different. Well, that's not really fair, we say. He says, believe what you wish. The truth is plain to those who would look for it. Let's get moving. I've already used some scrying magic to locate a few of the sources of corruption that's been turning the beast violent. We'll head out and purify these locations now. Right, okay, so the point of this quest really is we're going to go into some certain locations and purify them, as he just pretty much explained. And it's funny though, because it's talking about the Kappa being like violent. It's like, well, they were always pretty violent, even back on Xingje Island. The only reason some of them didn't attack you there was because they were babies. But even then, if they were in a group with like a slightly higher leveled Kappa that I always kind of thought was meant to indicate that it was like their mother or something, then that thing that was slightly higher leveled would attack you, and the aggro would cause all of them to attack you as well. They've always been vicious fucks. I mean, we don't know that much about the Kappa, really, do we? I'm tempted to go on the wiki and see if there was like a little bit of lore written about them, maybe in an Empire Divided or something. What's the quickest way there? Is it all the way around that corner? Yeah, I think it must be around this way. I'm really tempted because you don't hear much about the Kappa. I do get the feeling we learned something back during factions, but it's starting to leave me now. I'm starting to forget that stuff, the smaller lore about stuff like that. I mean, Kappa we haven't heard about in Guild Wars 2 either, so that's one of those kind of interesting races. Not as interesting as the Naga, I must say. I think they're most interesting when it comes to what the hell's going on with them. Particularly because the design of the crate just seems to have so clearly mimicked them. It just seems like they're due to be completely replaced. But I wonder if it's not a coincidence that the crate is so similar to them, and yet ArenaNet chose to bring the crate forward rather than the Naga themselves. I wonder whether maybe when we reach factions or something, you're going to learn that really the Naga are like mortal enemies of the crate or something. That'd be sweet. I just want the Naga to be more in the plot. I've always had a thing for Naga when in my history of this game, if some of you will know because I haven't mentioned it in a few episodes, but kind of what I did for most of my time when I was playing this game, like solidly, like farming all the time, it was all to earn a rare mini pet, and the one I got was a Naga. It was a Naga, and I fucking loved that thing. I sold it later, but oh man, and ever since then I've always loved the Naga, and I'm still bummed out that the crate aren't like the Naga themselves. I like that first trailer where you see those things swimming in the water, the crate. I thought they were Naga. That was pretty much one of the reasons why I got the damn mini pet. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I'll stop ranting about that. So this is the first location. Aruku's going to stop here. Oh, he's got something to say. He says, the filth of Cantha exists in many forms. The sewers are only the most obvious. Well, maybe in Guild Wars 2 the sewers will be the safest place. Ah, didn't consider that, did you? I wouldn't be surprised if in Guild Wars 2, like, someone like digs the sewers too deep or something and they end up finding a cavern to the depths of Tyria or something. That would so obviously happen. Anyway, this quest, he's going to be talking some more, and it can get quite hard if I remember rightly. In particular, there are some locations. Wait, if he dies, I think, yeah, Aruku must survive, so you can't like go out and meet them head on. You have to, in a sense, really, unless you can split up, wait and let them all attack you, and they will all come they're all timed to come at the same moment. This is the tricky thing. I remember struggling with this when I played through this the first time, because he can die, and it can be a bit annoying where neutral mobs that are usually just kind of in the area will overlap with these mobs that are charging you from the quest, and you kind of got to be a little bit careful that you've cleared those out and that you're in a decent situation. In which case, it might have been wise to have gone from the local quarter, because in that case you can go through and kind of clear the whole explorable of mobs. Though I'm just saying this as I'm thinking it here. I'm not sure whether this is really a necessary tactic, but you could in theory do that, and then you're not going to have any of these risks. I do remember failing though at a bit that's coming up. Anyway, that's the first bit done. Oh no, that's not the first bit done. Ignore me. Oh yeah, and I also have memories of this because this takes ages. All of these attacks, I think, just go on and on and on. The Kappa themselves can be dangerous in large numbers, but then again, that's true of most enemies in any game, really, and that's particularly true, obviously, for Guild Wars. But I think they die quite quickly as well. They certainly seem to be here. It might just be because it's normal mode, but and I mean, look, this guy's using Word of Censure. It's not a particularly good skill. These guys are necromancers. It looks like they have groups that come in where you've got like one group's going to be monks, one's going to be another class. In that case, it was necros. These guys might be, yeah, these guys are mesmers. They use signets and stuff. So that's kind of what you're going to be happening here. Actually, now that I remember how long this takes, you might expect some cuts. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I might end up cutting it while we're in some of these defense encounters because they do just go on and on and on. And then what I'll do is I'll save this little dialogue as well for while we're walking from location to location. Yeah, see? Clever. Wait, is that just a pipe to nowhere? I can honestly say I've never seen that down here in the Undercity. I guess it's just being used for stuff to spawn out of. In this case, quite well. But yeah, I'm going to cut it, guys. I'm going to cut it. I'll see you in a second, or we'll speed it up and do post-commentary if I can find anything to talk about. Nothing much is really going on with me. Somebody did offer me, actually. I got an email today from someone from a website. I'm not sure I should really say what website, but they'd obviously seen my Guild Wars 2 daily stuff, and they were interested in me like joining up with them, and they said that they could get me like press access to like the next beta everyone can get into because you pre-purchase, but it sounds like it might still have an NDA. Like ArenaNet have been a bit weird about it. They've said like, oh, there's an NDA for some of them but not for some others, and I've got to assume that the early ones do have an NDA on them. Alright, there we go. That's the first encounter done. Let's move on. So I'm assuming this next one will have an NDA for normal people like us, right? But this guy kind of contacted me and said, look, I've got a website. People associated with my website do have press access. Because like you will have noticed, like people like Guild Wars Guru and Guild Wars Insider and that lot, they're not just one person who sits down and plays it. They like have the permission as an entity, as like a media site, and then lots of people will work in that team and lots of people will get the access. Anyway, this website does have like these rights for people associated with them to have access, and he was like, hey look, it sounds like he wants me to produce content for his channel though, but he was like, if you do this, we could work together and you could produce some Guild Wars 2 content. But I've emailed him and said, look, if it's not going to be for the channel, I'm not really interested in becoming one of those kind of YouTubers that they start doing like their own thing, like what I've been doing, yeah, quite personal. It's just my own personal thing that I've been doing in my spare time, and then they get an opportunity like that, and they join with someone, and all of a sudden they're like being forced to do certain stuff, and it's not really even going on their channel. They might be doing stuff they don't really want to be doing. Like, so I just kind of said, look, unless this is something I could do for myself, I can't really be bothered with it. So that's kind of interesting. That's something that happened with me today. He hasn't replied yet. It might go through if he says, oh hey, look, yeah, you can. I'll just give you press access. You can produce all the content you could possibly want for your channel, whatever you want to do. All you have to do is link to me. Then I might go for it. But I don't think he will do that. I mean, what's he going to get out of that, really? Just a couple of links to his website off of people that watch me. It really wouldn't be worth it. But I realised I was just mumbling there. But yeah, there's that. Let's read this dialogue, shall we? I wasn't actually going to mention that as I filmed it. I'm not sure why. Yeah, the next one I think is down there. But it's really dangerous because these Amphara and stuff are all over the place. Like, if you remember, the Undercity, but with its default spawns, is full of Kappa around here. So it only makes sense that this is one of the locations that they'd be found. Anyway, sorry, yeah, so look, lots of dialogue. You're the ones the Imperial Guard sent, blah, blah, blah. He berates the Imperial Guard a little bit. A nice little bit of information there on what exactly is going on. The dynamic between the Ministry Guard and the normal guards. And then we kind of get to the first location. We say, you said that this was a corruption, but we didn't get rid of the plague. But didn't we get rid of the plague, sorry? And Aruku says, corruption exists in many forms. Even if Shiro is gone, there are still those that would try to revive his legacy. And yeah, we can kind of imagine the Amphar who we've been fighting here doing that. And then he says, ultimately the real corruption comes from within. But that's where the Ministry of Purity comes from. Purifying corruption? I can kind of see that, I suppose. Do I go down there? I think I do need to go down there. Ultimately, the real corruption comes from within, but that's where the Ministry of Purity comes in. Now, stand guard while I purify the area. He doesn't really do anything. We just fight lots of stuff. We fight lots of stuff. And then he just simply says, the ritual's complete. Let's move on to the next area. Thrilling, I know. And yeah, I think the next location is like... It's something annoying about those Amphar up there near that bridge. Will like aggro if you're not careful. So I might like clear out the area off camera before we go into the location or something. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, come on, kill him, kill him. He's so close to dying. There we go, good. Right, I'm pretty sure I'll be cutting that out. We just stood there and just killed the Amphar. There's one assassin left up there, but he can't reach us anyway. So, yeah, you come and stand in the poo waterfall. I would really recommend flagging out here because you're just going to be in this choke point. Definitely recommended. Let's move everyone around. It's hard to flag out here, though, I must admit, because, let's face it, there's not much room. And the Kappa will literally just charge you from all the way over there. I've kind of got some spirits set up along the path, which has delayed them. I'm not sure if it's going to work in my favour or not. But they will charge. I'm going to try my best as an assassin to just sort of bait a lot of the big hits onto me at the front here so that there's no big AoE. But I remember this is where I wiped before when I played this before and Aruku died. I do remember this being quite hard. I can't remember if I resorted to some kind of gimmick to finish this, though. From that point onwards, when I kind of came back into the quest. I really can't remember. But anyway, so Aruku says, while we're waiting for them to come. There we go. Aruku says, should I really... I kind of want to focus here. Aruku says, another corrupted area. Watch out for enemies as I purify it. We say, what's that ritual you are using? Our founder, Reiko, okay, so we get a little bit of lore here about Reiko, has done some research on Xingje Island. She developed this ritual by studying Zunra, the guardian spirit of Zendai Jun. Only high-ranking members such as myself have been given the honor of learning it. Which is really cool. I like that. It's kind of actually hinting that you can learn what Zunra's doing at Zendai Jun. That's nice because it kind of elaborates on what's going on there and what Zunra's doing and the fact that humans have got these capabilities. It's not just some magic thing that the Kappa can do that no one else can. See, look at this. Look, the Mesmer's devastating. They've got so much AoE, you know, energy surge, mistrust, all that stuff. Ooh, do not let them hit you. Seriously. I'm going to get hurt here, though. But I am baiting a lot of the hits away. Step out of the AoE. Come on, heal me up, guys. Thing is, I've stepped too far forward here. I'm not sure if this is a situation... I say this every single defense encounter. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. I'm not sure if this is a situation, guys, where... Oh, fuck me. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. I'm not sure if this is a situation where they will continue attacking you, even if you've, like, not finished off an already coming wave. Look at that big hit of mistrust there, though. Oh, this is going much better than I thought it would. This is so good. Right, that's that next wave done. Maybe cut it, I don't know. See, when it's a little bit harder, I'm not sure whether I should, because some of you might find it valuable watching kind of how I'm going through this. I've had a lot of comments for Winds of Change of people saying, oh, I'm stuck here, I can't wait to see you do this. I've had this most of the time I've been Let's Playing though. Oh, I can't wait for you to get to this point, and then it's not been much of a trouble when I've done it. But I never really feel like I've given enough explanation as to what exactly is going on with the team. It should just be enough to see the builds, really. Maybe I should just post the builds as well. I don't know, I'm kind of talking to myself. I am going to cut it, guys. I'll see you in a sec. See, look, they're using double dragon and shit. This makes this so much more deadly since the recent updates. I guess the nice thing about this, even though we're stuck in the choke point and we're kind of all balled up, they're balled up even worse. And they're too stupid to go for, you know, the massive group of 8 of us stood on pretty much a single spot over there. They're just going to go for me, the squishy little assassin. It's maybe not so squishy after all with a ritualist behind me. Oh, is that the last one? Oh, ancient Kappa shells, by the way. These guys just dropped. These things, I think, only drop here from Kappa here in the sewers. It's a really weird collectible item. It's like only found here. Oh no, there are more. Or I could be thinking of a different type of shell that you find somewhere in the Jade Sea, and it's for a specific item from a collector that I'm remembering. There's something significant about the drops here, though, from the Kappa. I'll say that much. There we go. The violent Kappa's down, and we finished that one. Look at all these ancient Kappa. Look at all these drops. They do throw a lot at you. Right, so Aruku has finished purifying this area. It would be nice if like they somehow turned off that waterfall. That would be absolutely glorious. He says, I finished purifying this area as much as sewer water can be purified anyway. Fair enough. Right, so at least there's no magical corruption there. Now we can go over past this assassin up here who's been trying to kill us the entire time. Wait, how do we get up there? Oh yeah, that's annoying as well. Make sure you come to this area in the same route I took, because you can't, like the map might have you walk across that bridge and you think, oh, I've just got to go down there, but it's actually a long walk. Oh, that was a really happy coincidence for me there. Oh yeah, and then it leads you perfectly on, because then you just walk down here. Yeah, I remember. Down this thing that like the main storyline will never take you through. And you can see the skybox, despite the fact there's supposed to be Zangway Skyway up there. But yeah. Oh no, yeah, I think this is the point where from the other explorable area from Zangwang you can actually look down this kind of section here. And you can actually see like the bridge. Like that is supposed to be a bridge in Zangwang. It's actually a really, really cool little touch that they put in there. Is that a collector or something over there? There's a player, a character over there. Bao Sen. Seems to be walking slowly towards us. I'm going to flag out around Aruku for the last fight. This one isn't as hard, I don't think, as the other one where we were in the river. However, you've got to be careful that you don't run out to meet Kappa groups, because if you do that and you think, right, I'll pick them off one by one, he can very quickly be aggroed by some other Kappa that have come from a different angle, and they'll just spike him out because he's their only target. So we say this area's been corrupted too. What could be causing this? Well, maybe all the sewer water, Tom. I don't know. Aruku says, I'm not sure yet, but I've got a pretty good idea. And then we say, could it be some kind of spirit like Shiro? We keep banging on about that. He says, no, this is the work of men. Oh, shit. This is the work of men. And they apparently just spawn right up underneath you instead of running in from nowhere. So watch out for that. And you'll just be defending again. I'm not going to bore you guys. I'll see you in a second when something happens. Wait, what the fuck? What are you doing? Who are you? You are a part... Oh, no, you're not part of the quest. He says, here, quickly take this. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Maybe we have to talk to him later. Is he, like, doing a reference to Zelda there? No? Maybe? Well, I must say, guys, this has been incredibly easy. Way easier than I remember it. Just don't get caught out. There are a couple of occasions there where I walked away towards that hill, for example, and I was a little bit far away and I almost died. Just don't get caught out and die like that, because that's how you can get ruined. Because if you die like that, it's because you've gone too far away, and then they probably aren't going to be able to res you either, so you're going to have to start fucking about with your flags, and that can cause problems later. Not necessarily always, but just be careful in that way. I really can't see you going very far wrong if you've got a build like mine and you just flag apart like this. Hard mode might be a different story, but thankfully we don't have to do these ones in hard mode, which is pretty awesome. I'm actually curious how hard the part 2 stuff's going to be in hard. Arguably, 3 of the hardest quests in all of Winds of Change were all in part 1 of Winds of Change. Honestly, they really were. There are like 2 or 3 other hard ones in the other 2 parts. But past that, I mean, we should be okay. And especially now that I've fixed my builds, I'm wondering how difficult I'm really going to find the rest of the hard mode stuff now. There are certainly some that I remember struggling on with Magical Mike. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, won't we? Well, this group took a long time to come, and it seems to have quite the variety in it and quite a lot of Kappa in it as well. So I'm going to unflag, and hopefully, because this is such a nice ball, if we catch him here... Oh, no, there's another group, there's another group, there's another group. I think we're at the end. We just spiked out that one group. Now if we come over here and save Aruku... I think this is it. I think this is the end. And this is where we find out I died because I started fucking around, fiddling around with the flags. Oh, they didn't all die. One survived. You bastard. Come on, is this it? I wouldn't recommend what I just did, by the way, zooming in like that. Well, actually, maybe I do, because they were in such a nice ball under that bridge that if you can catch them out there and you've got a lot of AoE, then hell yeah, go for it. I mean, you will knock them out. The idea there is you've got like a really long wait and then the two groups come in at once, but I think we kind of sorted them out quickly. That's not the end? Seriously, still? Oh my god, this quest drags on. I actually find it quite funny these are Kappa and they die so easily, when Kappa were kind of that enemy in factions that you always remember always had like the special enemy skills that would make them harder to kill, like hardened shell or whatever it was, and now they're like super easy. Anyway, that's it, I think, finally. Aruku says that was the last of them, now to deal with the source. Whew, just look at all the drops. This is just indicative of how many things I've just cut out me killing. What? Blimey. Right, moving on. The source. I think this is the last one now as we're coming to it now. There's a res shrine near it. I don't think this is a defense encounter though. Remember at the start of the episode I mentioned that this was kind of all a big reference to something, and some of you might have already figured out what that reference is because of his name. Well, you'll find it out now, definitely. And the fact we've been fighting a lot of Kappa, I'll give you that as well. There's a lot of Ampha. Oh yeah, this is the Ampha base with Mina Shatterstorm and stuff. And you can kill those people there, and I think if you kill the Ampha there, the peasants are like, oh, thank you, you've saved us. And there's some cool little dialogue. Alright, okay, so there's 4 big Kappa here. A guy called Kai Shi-jo. We say, the Ampha, you're the cause of all this corruption. You ministry fools are too late. I've already completed corrupting the strongest Kappa in these sewers. With their power behind us, the Ampha can finally be rid of the Jade Brotherhood. All of this is for your petty gang war. The Ampha are a blight on this country, and I will cut you for the sake of our future. Kai Shi-jo says, we will see if you can. Attack them, my Kappas. So you got three Kappas. You got Copernicus, Giovanni, Francis, and Polak? Jesus. These are references to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is another one. As a kid, I never really watched much of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think they're supposed to sound similar to the names of the turtles here. And I think also that guy that's with them, Kai Shi-jo, that's like one of the guys that's like a good guy in it as well. You're actually taking the place of a bad guy. Uruku's like, I think they're nemesis in the show, right? That's what Wiki said, I think. So yeah, there you go. There they die, and that's kind of what that was a reference to. Amazing, I know, right? So Aruku says, oh, I hate Kappas. We finished it. You better go report to that lazy Imperial Guard that sent you. Wow. Was it this actual guard that came with us on the last quest, though? So, yeah, he's not really lazy. I quite liked him last quest. He was a cool guy. But, yeah, there you go, guys. That's this quest. That's this side quest done. And we can finally get back onto the main storyline. Part 2 will start. There were hints on that dialogue video. Hold on. I keep doing this. I keep doing my outros before we've spoken to the last dialogue guy. Another Ampha plot, eh? We've suspected they might have been involved, but had no proof. It's a good thing you dealt with it, though. Having a swarm of corrupted Kappa reaching the city proper would have been a disaster. Aruku has already gone back to give his report to the ministry, so all that's left is your reward. And there we go. Brilliant. So yeah, next episode, guys, there were some hints about what might be coming. It will happen immediately at the start of part 2, if you've been thinking who might be showing up, what might be happening. It will be happening very, very soon. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the start of Winds of Change Part 2, and I hope you have a nice day. See you later, everyone.